What's going on, guys? Tyler here with Ports Person Projects. A little bit sick today, if you can't tell. And I'm editing this video that was supposed to be put out like October of last year. This is on my free chicken coop, and that's also insulated. Now, that's minus the screws and some gas to bring the material home, so pretty much free. Well, hope you guys like it. Maybe help you to make a chicken coop of your own, all out of scrap and free stuff. Here's the wood pile. Now, a lot of this stuff comes from me working at a decking and fencing company. And so we'll have pickets, and this is piles of treated pickets that are all cut about 2 feet. Pickets usually come in a 6-foot length so we can do privacy fencing. But if the HOA says, hey, you can only have it at 4 feet, then we got to cut 2 feet off. Yeah, treated 2-foot pieces. So what can you do with that? Well, let me show you. So here's like the basis of what I've got, or the base of what I've got going. Now, as you can see, there's a long back wall, and then here's 2 front walls. And all this is made out of stuff that was gonna get thrown away. 2x4s and these 2-foot links of treated pickets. Those are the paneling for the walls. Now the base of this was actually a train table for kids. I found a guy on Facebook who was getting rid of it, and it's just got little 2x4 legs under there. About 1 foot off the ground, a little less. And so that's the beginnings of my cold weather chicken coop here. And how is it any different than that chicken coop right there? Well, for one, it's like 3 times the size. For 2, I took the 2x4s here and screwed them against the side of the table. I took the paneling and nailed it up on the bottom side. Put some screws in it as well, but mostly nails, to make a base here. Screw the 2x4s to the 2x4s on the table. And these are just 2-foot high links. Now you'll see there's a gap here that goes all the way down to the bottom. So these walls I'll stuff with insulation. And that's how it's going to be an insulated chicken coop all the way around. Now obviously when you're using just reclaimed wood, you're going to have like some nail holes and stuff, but it's not going to be a big deal. The chicken coop just has to basically hold out rain and wind, which I think it's sturdy enough to do that. Shit, battery's dead. New batteries, we're good. Or battery, not plural, what's wrong with me? So guys, if you're gonna build a coop like this or anything else for yourself out of reclaimed wood and stuff you're repurposing, feel it out, figure it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of this video and a lot of this chicken coop was me learning as I went. Right here, making sure the front and back walls have support in between them. After your 2x4 supports are in place, then you can go through the fun part. Get out your hammer and your nails, and there's going to be a whole lot of this as you're putting the paneling up for the walls. For your top paneling, take your pencil, mark it along your support for your cut line. Just got some of this insulation here. And stick. Gonna go through with the little crevices that have been made here. And this is how we're gonna have a chicken coop with insulated walls. Doing this before it gets real cold. That's the thing with prepping for the winter. You want to do it before winter hits. And we're back. Been working on this chicken coop a couple of days. Anyhow, with the insulation, I ran out of it very quickly, like the pink fiberglass insulation. So I stuffed it down into like the bottom, and just where the majority of the cold air should be coming up from the bottom. And one insulates this coop for the winter. So a poor man's way of insulating. You guys remember all the free stuff videos I was doing this summer, which my No Money, No Problems playlist, go check that out. You guys can see all the cool free shit that I got for out here on the homestead. One of the free things that I did get was this roll of felt paper or tar paper, and you use it for roofing. That stuff is waterproof. So you go ahead and you cut your felt paper for the width of the sections that you're working on that we're trying to insulate. What I've been doing is making a little bend like this. So this is poor man's insulation. Get you a stick. After you've got that little bend in it, then you go ahead, put this down in here, use your stick, shove your insulation all the way down. By doing this, what's going to happen is any gaps that are in the boards, because you can see it's all just a bunch of pieces of picket fencing, now they're covered, and this is waterproof. So there won't be any airflow coming in the walls of our insulated chicken coop. Do the same thing again, fold it over, give it a crease like a piece of paper. Now flip it around and do the same thing to the opposing wall. And use your stick, get it shoved down in there. Now, we're gonna pack it full of paper. Now this next part is a bit boring, but if you're trying to do this all on the cheap, you're gonna just take a whole bunch of newspaper, paper grocery bags, and shit. There you go. Anything else. I've done this like 3 times already, but crumple a bunch of this up. Maybe get the kids involved. Maybe get your girlfriend off Instagram and have her just start doing this. Also, you can get your razor knife, start cutting off strips of boxes and thin strips, crumpling them up the same. What you're just trying to do is get something to fill out that space between the felt paper, because you want that to be pushed up against the boards, and any spaces or little creases or anything in there where there might be some gaps for cold air to flow in. We're not wanting that to be coming into our chicken coop. We'd want our chickens to live through the winter. And when you're in a state like Indiana, where it goes from 102 frickin' degrees during the summertime down to negative, freeze your balls off in the winter time, yeah, gonna be our first winter with chickens, and I don't want to lose any to the cold. Now for the next part, you get all your paper that you crumpled up, paper bags, whatever. Take your stick, cram it in there like Saturday night. Keep going with your stick until you got it filled up all the way to the top. Here's how it looks overall when it's done. Okay, so try to show you how the sliding door works. You see up against the wall where the chickens come in and out, you have one panel laid there, or one picket. Halfway over it, you screw this one down on one side, and that creates a gap in here. You do the same for the other side. And I set 2 pickets there in that negative space, and then I shaved them down on an angle here a little bit so it slide easier. But then you have a nice sliding door. And the roof here is just OSB with a couple hinges in the middle. As you can see, nothing too fancy. Alrighty guys, insulated chicken coop. Hope you enjoyed the video. No money, no excuses. I only had nails and screws into this one. Like, share, subscribe. Have a nice day.